Hi there. Just today I was watching a video by Mike Browne. If you're not familiar with Mike Browne, by all means look him up. He is a photographer from England who primarily now teaches photography. He's not, as he said, he still does commercial jobs, but only if they interest him now. And I think more probably than many other people online, he is far less caught up in gear and far more interested in the process of photography. And I think that's what I've been trying to go towards. That's what I've been trying to move towards. I know that many of my videos have been very much gear-centric. And, you know, in just about every video, I will bring out a camera. And I'll say something about that camera. But listen, this is just a tool. That's all it is. If I were a carpenter and were showing off my hammer, people would kind of snicker and say, it's only a hammer. But that hammer is an important tool to that carpenter. So, I mean, this is just a tool. And unfortunately, nowadays people, well, maybe I should backtrack. For a long time now, people have gotten so caught up in the technology of the cameras and all the bells and whistles and all the things that they can do for you that they forget the fact that it is just that, a tool. Now, we all want the best tools. So nobody is going to fault you for buying a good camera. But if you think that that camera is somehow going to make you a better photographer, then you're really going down the wrong road. There are situations, as I pointed out before, there are certain genres of photography that are going to require specialized equipment. There are genres of photography where you are going to need big lenses, or you're going to need very fast lenses, or you're going to need a camera that's capable of high-speed bursts. There are all sorts of very specialized types of photography where that's important. But for most of us, who are, I guess the best way to put it, we are generalists. Most of us have many different genres of photography that we are interested in. We need something that gives us a decent balance. And your typical camera now, with even a kit lens, is a very good image maker. I mean, the time of you know, cameras having, let's just say, varied quality is kind of behind us. Nowadays, any camera company that can't bring out a decent camera that can basically produce great images they're not going to be around long. All you have to do is look at the beginning of the digital era. I mean, I have cameras here with brand names on them like Concord. Now, they only produced a handful of different models, but the quality wasn't great, and the result is they didn't last. Other manufacturers, even recently, Samsung did build good cameras, but unfortunately Samsung came in at the wrong end. They built high-end cameras of good quality at a time when entry-level models would have given them a foothold. So perhaps that's what went wrong. They were still good cameras. You look around at any of the major camera makers now, it doesn't matter. So don't ask, what camera should I buy? Just make sure you have a camera, even if it's only the one on your phone, and get out and practice the image making. Things like these rules of composition that you hear about, they're great. They're a good start. But remember, a good composition doesn't have to follow rules. Instead, it has to have a clearly defined subject. That subject has to be framed in such a way that there are no major distractions in the image, and hopefully it will either tell a story or produce an emotional impact. That wow factor. So get out there and practice. If you see something you like in other people's photography, then by all means try it, but don't just copy. If you just copy, you'll never move forward. Now that doesn't mean you don't try to do what they did, but you try to do it differently. Well, I think this short video is just here to let you know that any commentary on gear that I make in future, and there will be basically in reference to questions that are asked or general concepts surrounding the gear. For instance, when I spoke about crop factor. Crop factor is a general concept surrounding the gear. So find something you like. I think in the Mike Browne video I spoke of, he showed some images from a photographer who works as a shepherdess. She actually herds sheep. So she's been taking pictures of sheep. And most people kind of say, well, pictures of sheep, that's kind of boring. But it isn't. Someone who's around an animal or a type of animal that they like, whether it's a dog or a cat or a sheep, they will work hard to get an image that conveys how they feel about that particular animal. And so, there's another way of putting something special in your photography. Well, that's pretty much enough for now. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you want to see more of my videos, then subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you think someone might get something positive out of this particular video, then please share it. So, bye for now.